Hey, it's Andy from Pure Yorkshire Honey. Sorry it's been a while, it's just been a bit of a chaotic spring, and then summer was just a bit of a washout, probably for most people really. As you can see, we've got some hives up here. This is on top of the Yorkshire Dales, a place called Swaledale, which is just out of Richmond. An absolutely fantastic place in the country if you've never been. It's absolutely gorgeous. But we've never done heather honey, so we've got heather just behind us, but we've got a nice sort of like little copse here that's keeping the hives quite sheltered. Certainly keeping the wind out the way. So we've moved 4 up here, so we've got a variation of different techniques. We've got some of the plastic frames and feeders. We'll see how they'll do, so we can just scrape all that off and then sort of press it out to get the honey out. We've got some obviously foundation. We'll try and do some cut comb. I'll show you some of our different locations as well. We've got different locations since I've last seen you. And we'll go into them and I'll just quickly show you around there and just a bit of an update really. So let's get on. So this is our first colony. We've got, let's have a look. We've got 3 supers on this. As you can see, we've got bees on the frames. And if you've ever smelt heather honey before, I've had it before, it's got a real strong smell. And as soon as I took this off, it hit me. And you can probably see some of these center frames that are just starting to fill up the cells. Rookie mistake today. I've left my hive tool on the side at home where it's no good. But you can see they're working that lovely red nectar, what heather honey is, and they're just bringing it in. Up here, July was a complete washout, so we haven't really had any summer honey at all. If anything, we had to feed a couple of the big colonies. So I took the opportunity just to thought, right, we'll try the heather. We've never done it before, and let's see how we do. Just pop that super off, and it's nice to see straight away that a couple of the centre frames, they've pretty much pulled them out. We've got some old sections there that we've never ever managed to get filled up. So I thought, so that if we can't get them filled up on the heather, they're never ever going to get filled up. So, but yeah, we'll pull out a couple of these plastic frames and just see what they're looking like. So really good to see these plastic frames starting to get drawn out. Some of the sides are pretty much there for the spacing, and then they're still just sort of working on the back side there. But filling it up with nectar, that was my plan really, to pretty much use the plastic frames. But still had a couple of supers on, and you know what, it didn't quite go to plan, let's be honest. So I've got some wax comb in there that I wasn't ideally wanting to use, but hey ho, you know, sometimes you live and learn. So, but I'm really pleased with how those plastic frames are coming on. We'll get these popped in. I don't think the sections are probably doing that great, but quite a nice calm colony. I'm not going to bother going into the brood box. I don't really need to. They're not going to go anywhere. I'd be very surprised if they do. I believe this is probably an F2 colony, I think. I can't remember now. I should have marked the hive, shouldn't I? But as you can see, I know predominantly you've probably got your nurse bees up top, but yeah, very, very nice, not flying at me. The sun's really hot today. It's a nice day, so they're just going to be more bothered about foraging and stuff like that. So we might just have a look at the bottom super, but I think these are quite happy on 3. I think that should do them, to be honest. And then we'll maybe have a look at a couple of others. So this is an F1 actually. She's a year old, a yellow queen. As you can see, bottom box is rammed by the looks of things. I think the second box is all on sort of foundation, but they're starting to draw it out. That's good. Plenty of bees to make that work. So we're quite happy there. These are a nice colony, or have been, quite calm. A little bit flighty at the minute, but they're not actually coming at me, to be fair. Yeah, so I think these are quite happy on 2. These was a week later, so you can just sort of tell, because that super there, it's just obviously a little bit behind the big one there that's obviously been here a week longer. So let's have a quick look at the others and see how they're doing. So I'm slowly remembering what I've done with these now. This hive has actually got 2 supers on, predominantly the frames and feeders. Frames and as you can see, a little bit slow. They're obviously working downstairs a lot better, so, and I put castellations on them. I could maybe regret that in the future, but to be fair, because they're frames and feeder ones, I'm just going to be scraping them off anyway. But we'll lift this super off and have a look at the other one underneath. So we'll pull out this frame. This is one of the middle ones. It's got a lot of bees on. Let's just see how we're doing. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy at that. Like I say, these have been up here, I don't know, 10 days now, I think. Couldn't really get them up any earlier. Maybe could have done it the week before with the others, but yeah, I could only really do it 2 at a time. And the weather in July was just awful, absolutely awful. It was pointless bringing them up. I would have potentially lost them. So yeah, I'm quite happy. We'll pull out this one. You can just start seeing now that they've got the building the wax on. We're putting nectar in, which is fantastic. The frame next to it. So yeah, so they're working on it. I'm not entirely sure how long the heather flowers for. I think we're most of August into September, so hopefully we've got a couple of weeks a bit left, because as you can see, miles off that, the heather's just up there, just through those trees. It's quite nice because all this copse round sort of shelters the bees, so it's actually a really nice area, and it's completely off the beaten track. Yeah, lovely area. Right, that'll do for this one, and we might have a quick look in the last one, and then that'll do. So this is another one where I've just put 2 supers on with the frames and feeders on. Not really entertaining it at the minute. There's a little bit of a backstory to this hive. It's got a little bit of CP, chronic bee paralysis. You might be able to see some of the bees on the floor there, just shaking a little bit. So we'll just have to see with this. What I might do, I might just take this top super off, put the crown board on, so isolate it away from them, so I've just got one to work with, and then leave this above the crown board, and then if they get somewhere near with the first one, I might just put this on top and see how they get on with it. But yeah, I wasn't really hoping too much. I've tried to aim the entrance obviously away from all the others as well, so we don't get too much drift. All the hives are different colour schemes and stuff like that. Whether that makes a difference, I don't know. But yeah, we'll just have to see with this one, and I think that's what I'll do. So as you can see, there are the hives there. That's swaled out in the distance. You can see into Richmond right in the very distance there. You sort of pan round, and then you start getting up onto the tops there. You just see the heather right on the top there, the purple flowers just starting to come out, but it's just absolutely fantastic up here. Just cows and sheep, no people, just how I like it. So this is another new site for us. We got this early springtime, just for the swarms that we were catching. We just needed somewhere out of the way so we could sort of quarantine them. So we've got 1, 2, 3 there. They were the swarms that we got, and then we got a hive that we kept moving about because I kept needing to split it. It was actually an F1 queen that was just streets ahead all the time. It's just, yeah, I was just been chasing it all season long. We've also got some mini mating newts you can see in the background there. So we've been doing some queen grafting for the first time. It was actually more successful than what I thought I was going to be. So we've got queens in there. I've done lots of video. I've just not got around to actually doing the videos yet, but they will be coming out. And the main reason why we came around here is it's an old estate. There's a lot of lime trees about, which I'll show you now. As you can see, we're pan round, and it's like an old avenue of lime trees. These trees are like hundreds and hundreds of years old. You can see we're still quite high. We're in the dales. And there's not really any oilseed rape to be found, which is quite nice. So it's mainly like hawthorns and stuff like that, and proper like old estate flowers. So there is some sweet chestnut in the area as well. So it might be quite interesting next year when we come into spring to see what we get. But like I say, we didn't really get anything off the limes this year, unfortunately, but even though these are down here, they're quite a lot lower than the hives on the top of the dales. These are actually gathering quite a lot of heather honey as well. So yeah, hopefully if you keep posted, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll do some more videos about the queen grafting, how we've done with that, and obviously we'll keep you posted with all the heather honey. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.